So I am Melissa Taylor, and I'm the Director of Residential Life here at San Domenico. And my family and I moved here in August, and so I've been a boarding school person. I've worked in a lot of boarding schools on the East Coast, and so coming to San Domenico with a ninth grader and an 11th grader, which is where my kids are, was an incredibly big decision for me. And what drew me here was exactly what Jenny had said, was being part of a boarding community is special, but being part of a K through 12 boarding community is pretty unique as far as boarding schools go, certainly the ones that I've worked at. And so we have the benefit of having a really big international community. And my kids have grown up on a boarding school campus, so they're very familiar with that. They eat a lot of meals in the dining hall. We love the idea of being able to commute by walking kind of right across. And so thank you all for coming from very far away, but we can walk from right over there. And so it's really quite a special place to raise a family. And so I recognize that many of you are looking at figuring out which boarding school makes the most sense. So I'm glad that you're here in person. It really does make sense to meet some of the students and see our living room, which is where you are, see the dorms, and get a feel for the campus. So I know that we have a lot of panelists here that are hoping to give you a sense of San Domenico so that you can ask your questions and hear their experiences.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm in 10th grade. I live in Strawberry Mill Valley, and I play volleyball here.
Hi, my name is Natalie, but my friends call me Natty. I'm 11th grader, and I'm originally from Czech Republic, Prague, and I'm involved in dance ensemble, also the green team, student ambassador, and I also joined the boarding book club.
Hi, everybody. My name's Stacy Cohen, and I'm the Upper School Dean of Students. And what I believe in, I am a relationship-based educator. So what I love about boarding program is that I get to really have relationships with my students because they live here. And this is actually my first boarding school that I've worked at. I've been in day schools, and being a relationship-based educator, I really took it to another level by being at a boarding program. So I love coming over here in Mercedes, working with students, and we are one school. So things that happen over here also happen in the day program, and it's just this nice infinity loop that I'm getting to know students in ways that I hadn't experienced yet in my career. So I really like being here for that reason.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I am Caesar. I come from Spain. I am in the 10th grade. I come from Spain, Madrid, as I said. I form a part of the JV basketball team. I also form a part of student ambassadors. That's why I'm here. And yeah, I live in North One, and I love going to the school because it's like home. This is my second home to me. All the RFs are like my parents, and they just treat me so kindly, and they welcome me so nicely that it's just like a second home to me.
Both? No.
That's like Anchorman.
All right, this one's too big. All right, we'll use this one. Hi, everybody. My name is Chad Rockwell. I am the dorm head for East 1, which is right through this wall. I live here with my wife, Tarsol, who works in admissions, so you might already know her, and our two cats, Momo and Milo. I love every little thing about being here on this campus. It can be exhausting. There are so many moving parts, but you know, I get to have so many conversations every single day. So it's just, you have to be social, and you become social by being here. And you get to meet so many new people, hear so many new stories, and it's just so great to be a part of that type of a thing. So that's what keeps me here.
Hi, guys. My name's Salia Johnson. I'm in 10th grade, and I'm from Harare, Zimbabwe. I'm part of Peer Resource, Student Ambassador, and I'm the soccer captain for Girls Varsity.
I am Charis Adams. I have kind of a trifecta role here. I am not only the Director of Alumni Engagement. San Domenico has over 4,000 alumni across the world, and they are one of the most dynamic and fabulous bunches, all the way from nonprofit founders to founders of tech companies, filmmakers, innovators. So it is a really fun alumni group, but one of the components that was very important to me was was to find a program where I could actually be a resident faculty member as well. I come to independent schools as an educator, and so I wanted to live in a boarding program where I could really kind of show the alumni what the students of today are doing and how dynamic they are to build that bridge. And San Domenico has really hit on all of my feels. It's a fabulous community. And both of my kids went to boarding school as well. So I am a firm believer that boarding schools provide that safety net for kids that allows them the opportunity that once they get into college to launch. They learn roommate navigation, they learn time management, and they learn with a supportive team of resident faculty members. You're only meeting a couple of us, but I just will tell you that this resident faculty team is outstanding, and they are professionals, young professionals through and through. So I come as parent, alumni, director, and a resident faculty member.
Hey, I'm Rosie. I'm from Czech Republic, Prague, as well as Natalie. And I'm a junior, and I'm involved in the varsity track and field team and cross country team, as well as the yearbook staff and the student ambassador.
Hi guys, I'm Amara Adam. I'm from Zimbabwe and I'm currently a senior. I've been here since my junior year, so this is only my second year here. I am part of Student Ambassador, the girls varsity soccer team. I participated in the track and field team. I'm part of the BSU leadership. I am also a prefect here in dorms. And yeah.
Well, on the weekends, we have a ton of stuff going on in terms of trips and activities for the students who are going to be here on campus. Some they make a day pass or overnight pass to go be with family or friends over the weekend. So we have a little bit less students on campus over the weekend. Parents and family members are always welcome during the day over the weekends. And then if you want to spend, we don't have night facilities for parents or anything like that. But it's a very pretty simple process after you do it a few times for the student and the parents to make a pass, and then they can go wherever they please, and then they return safely.
Okay, so just this weekend, my friends and I, with Amara, we decided, even though it was pouring and raining, we decided to play soccer in the field and just like get some touches in. I know a lot of people like go on trips as well. Yeah, it's pretty chill on the weekend. I think it's like we don't really have a set schedule. There's a lot you can do if you want to. There's a lot you don't have to do. You could simply stay in your room, sleep the whole day, especially this season. It's raining a lot, so.
What I think is also good to add is that you don't need to always leave campus during the weekend. You can just stay here because there's also a lot of activities you can do here on campus. Like there's waiting room open, the gym is open, HODA, the Hall of Arts, where students can play music instruments or dance if they like. And also even the RFs are trying to make like different like games in Mercedes or karaoke night or like just movie here. So there's like a lot of things to do. Also, a question that is mostly asked is that if we get homesick, I feel like everyone definitely gets homesick, but here, like, you have so many things to do, is that you're so busy that you actually don't have time to be homesick. You know? You just always like, oh, I need to go there. Oh, I have sport. Oh, no, arts. Oh, I'm so tired today, you know? And then you're like, you still miss your family, but you're also happy that your schedule is so busy that you can enjoy new things, try new things. But, you know, also, it kind of feels like home here, so.
There's a prefect system here as well. So every floor has 2 prefects. And I think that secondary layer of having students that check in. So I'd kind of be interested in the students, whether your interaction with your prefects and what that's meant to you, because you have prefects, but you also have dorm parents and then you have dorm heads. So we have a lot of layers to give support to new students, but to also teach leadership skills to the prefects of each floor. So would someone want to speak to like a prefect relationship? Or
Prefects are basically like someone who you can go to if you want to like talk to someone or if you have a question about anything and you don't want to like, come up to like a teacher or an RF. And they're really friendly, you can always knock on their door, they're always available. And it's really nice to have someone on your floor who's a senior and knows everything like about school.
So it also connects to the question with like transformation and stuff. So it's my second year here, and a year ago, I don't think I would be sitting here and talking to people and trying to like give them my experience. But the prefects here, the RFs here, the adults, and my peers and everyone around me, I've changed a lot, and I became more social. I became to like speak up for myself more and share my experience, which I wasn't able to do before I came here. But everyone is really supportive of everything you do. Everyone's trying to help everyone out. And you just know it's a safe place for you to try stuff out and experiment. And it's just really, the prefects are a good thing too, because it's your peers who are maybe like can help you with really anything, and anytime you can come at night and they're gonna be there for you. But then you have the adults here too, who are always here for you too, always gonna help you. And they really help us grow up a lot and help us with maybe some problems we have. So
So one thing I found very useful is that since we live all together in campus and we're all basically living together and being just neighbors, all the classes I take, a senior has taken before me, or the classes I take, a freshman is gonna take next year. So in the end, it's just like you just ask help to your friends, and they like mostly they will always be there for you. Like I found a lot of freshmen that, for example, I'm taking biology honors this year, that they want to ask about how's the experience, how is the homework toll on you, how much do you need to study, and I just give them an honest answer of what I think, and that usually helps them a lot. And if it's in math, for example, I just ask my friend that's doing calculus right now, and he just can help me anytime. And it's also an opportunity to build relationships between the students and really depend on one another. And obviously, if you can't find help in the dorms, you can always shoot a quick email to the teachers. The teachers here are really, I think, coming from Spain and the different perspective has made me realize that the teachers here really enjoy their job and really actually like try to help you and try to make their students learn. It's not just they're coming here to get paid. They just come here and actually try to make you a better person. They try to make you learn what they truly like, and it really like transmits to the student.
I totally agree with Caesar. The teachers here are really nice. Even after school, you can go to the library and there is a math lab or writing lab. And the teachers stay here after school, like for 2 hours. I don't know how long. But it's that even the teachers stay here longer so they can help you if you have a problem.
Addition to that, one of the things that I do hear again and again from San Domenico alumni is that they felt that their college experience was so successful because of the relationships they built with their teachers here at San Domenico. So they were like, when I was a freshman, I knew that I could go to my teacher, that they should be an advocate for me because I had that modeled in high school. And also that advocacy of really that and that responsibility. If a student doesn't get up who lives here in the dorm, they have a resident faculty member that comes and is like, did you make really great decisions that, last night, you're kind of tired, you're late to your class. Like there's a whole, like a developmental support system that allows them to grow as academics, as well as socially. So I think that there's also that component that I will tell you is something that actually alumni talk about, how prepared they were when they went to college.
Oh, yeah, day students. They are like, even though they don't live on campus, I feel like because they're part of the sports, you can meet and talk to them. And even because of like the project the teacher gave us, it's like you talk to day students daily. And like I said, even though they don't live here, they're really friendly. And you can even make like a leave pass and go do a sleepover with them or like just go out, But yeah, it's not like it's different world, but we're pretty common.
So I'll just add, as the dean of students for the whole upper school, it took me a long time to know who was a boarding student and who was a day student, because the friendship groups mingle so much on campus in their classes and, like Natty said, in their activities, that it took some time to know. And in the afternoons, day students are often hanging over here for just a little bit until their activities start in whatever they're going to do, sports or music or dance or things like that after school. So there's a real kind of, again, that like harmony between all the students. And sure, the ones that live here probably hang out a little bit more, but they're here in the evenings. That's when they would. But I see a lot of mingling, and it's like I said, it took me a long time to know who was who. That first semester, I actually thought you were a day student because you hang out with Teddy so much. Yeah.
I was gonna say one of like the big opportunities that I've realized with, because my friend group we're basically like 4 of us boarders, and then like 3 of them are day students. So the biggest thing that I've realized is like you you open your perspective on how people grow up and different cultures and why certain people do certain things depending on how their parents raise them. And I think it actually broadens your train of thought in how to handle certain situations, especially like learning how to be more independent, because essentially as a boarder you become more independent compared to day students. So I think it's really good that, especially being someone that is international, mixing with like local borders as well, you learn a lot compared to what you will learn just like anywhere else. So.
We have this awesome website app thing that we use called Reach, and this is something that all of the resident faculty members are using day in and day out. That has basically every single one of our students there, and we can update their locations periodically. So at any given time, if there's an emergency, we know if your kid is down practicing. We know, and I mean, there's always going to be an adult with them, but at the same time, we have the exact knowledge of if they're on campus, if they're off campus, where they're going to be, if we need to access them, if they need, like if you come to pick them up and they're not responding to their phone, we can tell you where they are. So that's really important. They have check-ins, so dinner check-in is a really big one. Even if they don't want to eat dinner, they still have to come in, sign in with an RF, and then we know exactly where they are. They're here, they're safe, they eat food, hopefully, and so that's a big part. There is security on campus at all times. We are a gated community. We also have room checks, and then the doors on the dorms are alarmed. So if anybody wants to leave the dorms, everybody's gonna know. Everyone's gonna wake up. So it is definitely safe. I will say that. I feel safe living here, having my family here.
Mr. Chad basically covered everything, but as a student, I feel the need to say that for us, really signing in, except at dinner, which when you don't really have like are hungry, is a bit of a hustle. But like, it's for the rest of the time, it's basically good because we're very like close with the RFs and the staff members here. So basically, wherever you go, instead of signing in, you just say hi, how's your day going, how are you, and then you have a nice conversation with them. They just sign you in while you talk, and you don't even notice it.
Yeah, so I got COVID last September, I believe, and I wasn't able to go back home. So I got a room in the nurse's office, and the nurse checked up on me, and she gave me food, and she knew to like check up and how I was feeling every day, and I felt safe there, and I knew that I was getting taken care of, and yeah, I mean, I was, sick and I didn't feel good, but I felt, safe and knowing that there was always someone there for me if I had any questions or if I needed anything when I was sick. So, yeah.
And I can definitely add to that, being one of the guys who's going to be driving your kid to the ER. We have all of these systems in place. This right here is our medicine closet. So we've always got kids coming over here for ibuprofen or a Band-Aid. All of the RFs are prepared and ready to take care of your child. We have the nurse during the day, and we also have on-call nurse overnight as well. So we can always reach out and get additional advice if we aren't up to the task. We've all dressed wounds before. We've all done it all at this point. So we always have an extra van ready if we need to take somebody anywhere. It doesn't happen too often, but we're ready for it. I would say overnight, if anything happens, the kids have access to a duty phone, or they can just knock on the dorm head's door overnight if anything's going on overnight. So there's never a moment where it's like we're not prepared for that to happen. That's always in the back of our minds, because that's the most important thing, is keeping all of your kids safe.
Okay, so on the note of getting sick more, I got injured last year during a sport, and I know that was one of the hardest times for my mom, just because it was the first time she wasn't with me when I was in pain and I didn't know what to do, and she couldn't take me to the hospital, so she was like all stressed out. But as Natalie mentioned, we have a physical trainer here who took a perfect care of me. She was in communication with my mom and my dad, and I know the RS were too, so even though it was, of course, hard, especially for my mom, because she just wanted to be with me and give me a hug, and she emailed that to everyone. but, but I know she felt a little safe when she started talking to the adults, and she knew that I'm taken care of. I never got into the hospital. I got the care I needed, and she now knows that she doesn't have to worry when something like this happens. So.
Well, one of the first things that I do, and Melissa can attest to this, last time we were at the ER, yeah, we make sure that they don't think of it all the time, to call their parents and let them know what's going on, right? That's like one of the first things we make them do if they can, right? Because we think that's very important. Like, we're going to be their parent for them at that moment, but they need their real parents in those times.
We do roommate requests. So returning students fill out requests. Often those come with specific names, because returning students know who, and you have a kind of a list, and it works better if your top choice is their top choice, right? Because then it feels like a good match. And the adults are always going to have a look on that match to make sure that we're setting people up for success. But then new students will fill out, and in addition to that, new students will fill out a form too that talks about all of the key stuff, the things. Sometimes the things you think are really important aren't necessarily the things that make good roommates. So we're also going to have adults involved in that process that help. But for me, and I worked at a bunch of boarding schools, some of the big top ones, maybe this makes a lot of sense, but the temperature of the room, whether you want to have people in your room or whether you want to be outside to sort of get your social fill of the night. What time you go to bed and what time you wake up. Those are the big ones. And usually the rest of it, you can kind of work through and figure out, but it's oddly the temperature of the room is a big one. And all of these other things. So, but if students came in with preferences because they knew people and they had talked about that stuff, we're going to do work on this end to help you talk with your roommate, whether you know them or not, about how to set parameters, because that's part of the learning skill of boarding school, right? Being able to communicate about what you need. But if people come in with roommate preferences, that makes our job easier. And so, there'll still be an eye on it, but we want people to live in good places.
Yeah, I would like to add on that. Sometimes happens that you don't actually really click with your roommate, and that's kind of what happened to me. It's that we have different schedules. Sometimes even the things we like, our hobbies are different, so we don't really have anything like that much in common. But it's still really easy to communicate things, and make things work. So even we have differences, we still we're good friends. And if I don't like something that maybe she does, we can talk things through and it can change.
All right. Well, that was really, really wonderful. So I would love to give this panel a round of applause. And also, of course, all of you guests, you had great questions. We actually went over time a little bit. I'm so happy you came curious with questions. Thank you for being here.